María Luisa of Orléans was Queen Consort of Spain from 1679 to 1689 as the first wife of King Charles II of Spain. She was a granddaughter of Louis XIII of France. In her adopted country, she was known as María Luisa de Orleans. Biography. María Luisa de Orleans was born at the Palais Royal in Paris. She was the eldest daughter of Philippe, Duke of Orléans, the younger brother of Louis XIV of France and of his first wife, Henrietta Anne of England. As a petite fille de France, she was entitled to the attribute of Royal Highness, although, as was customary at court at the palaces of Versailles, her style, Mademoiselle d'Orléans, was more often used. Charming, pretty and graceful, Marie-Louise, who was her father's favorite child, had a happy childhood, residing most of the time in the Palais Royal and at the Château de Saint-Cloud, situated a few kilometers west of Paris. Marie-Louise spent a lot of time with both her paternal and maternal grandmothers, Anne of Austria, who doted on her and left the bulk of her fortune to her when she died in 1666, and Henrietta Maria, who lived in Colombes. Marie-Louise's mother died in 1670. The following year, her father married Elizabeth Charlotte of the Palatinate, who became a real mother to Marie-Louise and her sisters. All her life, Marie-Louise would maintain an affectionate correspondence with her stepmother. Marriage. It has been said that she wanted to marry her cousin Louis, Dauphin of France. However, the surviving letters of her stepmother suggest that Marie-Louise and the Dauphin were never in love. Her marriage to Charles II was seen as a way to induce better relations between France and Spain. The two nations had been on bad terms because of her uncle's battles in the Spanish Netherlands. The Proxy Marriage took place at the Palace of Fontainebleau on the 30th of August 1679. Standing for the groom was Mademoiselle d'Orléans' distant cousin, Louis Armand, Prince of Conti. Until mid-September there were a series of formal events held in honor of the new Queen of Spain. Marie-Louise went to the convent of Val de Grace before her departure, where the heart of her mother was kept. She would never return to France. On the 19th of November 1679, Marie-Louise married Charles in person in Quinte-Naples, near Burgos, Spain. This was the start of a lonely existence at the Spanish court. Her new husband had fallen in love with her and remained so until the end of his life. However, the confining etiquette of the Spanish court, the king's mental and physical infirmities and her unsuccessful attempts to bear a child caused her distress. Her French attendants were accused of plotting against the king and his family and, as a result, one of her personal maids was tortured. Riots occurred outside the palace in Madrid. Unlike the fashionable palaces at Versailles, St. Cloud and Paris, her new residences were the forbidding Real Alcázar de Madrid and the even more stark Palacio del Buen Retiro, a country palace where Marie-Louise was allowed to stable her French horses. She also spent time in the Palacio Real de Aranjuez, south of Madrid. After 10 years of marriage the couple had no children. Marie-Louise confided to the French ambassador that she was really not a virgin any longer, but that as far as she could figure things, she believed she would never have children. During the last years of her life she became overweight. After horseback riding on the 11th of February 1689, she felt a severe pain in the abdomen which forced her to lie down the rest of the evening. She died the following night. Aftermath. The death of Marie-Louise left her husband heartbroken. There were rumors that she had been poisoned by the notorious intrigante Olympia Mancini, Comtesse de Soissons, at the behest of her mother-in-law, the Dowager Queen Mariana of Austria, because of Marie-Louise's childlessness. Mariana and Marie-Louise had, however, not been known to be estranged, and the elder queen appeared devastated at the young queen's death. It seems likely that the real cause of Marie-Louise's death was appendicitis. Ancestors.